Let's take a look at this beautiful bracelet. It's made using the Bugle Bead Bezels for a 13 by 18 millimeter oval. I'm not going to go over how to make the bezel again. I'm going to leave a link to it in the video description. But rather today we're going to learn how to connect all of this together to make this beautiful bracelet that you see here. The supplies that you need to make a 7-inch bracelet is a clasp of your choice. Here I'm using a Cymbal brand magnetic clasp. You'll need 4mm Bicone crystals, some of the 3mm bugle beads, 6mm bugle beads, size 15 seed beads, size 11 cylinder beads. These are Miyuki Delicas. You can use all one color or accent it with another color, a size 11 cylinder beads, as shown here in this tutorial. And I'm using 4.5 feet of beading thread on a size 12 needle. We're going to begin with the first step, which is connecting the bezels together here in the middle. Let's knot a new piece of thread onto the front of the bezel, coming underneath the thread path here. And needle through the bugle bead before the 2 seed beads at the end. And then needle through the 2 delicas and the 2 size 15 seed beads. And now you're ready to begin. And you can trim off the beginning thread. Pick up 115, one of the 3mm bugle beads, and a delica. One more of the 3mm bugle beads, and a 15. Exiting the 2 size 15s from one bezel, you're going to come up through the 2 15s on your next one. This is a thread path. You want to pull those together, repeating the 15, 3mm bugle, delica, bugle, 15. Come back through the 2 15s where you started, forming this loop of beads. Continue through 115, 1 seed bead, and exit the delica. Go ahead and sit this down right side up, picking up 115, the 4mm bicone, and 115. Needle through the delica here on the other side, pulling those between. Come back through the 15, 4mm bicone, and 15. Then continue through the delica, bugle bead, and 15. The 2 15s at the base of your bezel. After securing the bicone, we're going to retrace this path and add one more delica here along the edge. Come through your first size 15 and bugle bead. You can use another gold delica or a colored one that's similar to your crystals. Come back through your next bugle bead and 15. Needle through the 2 15s at the base of your bezel. And then we'll add another delica on this side, so come through 115 and 1 bugle. Again, we're going to place one more delica through the next bugle and 15. And then needle through the 2 15s on your bezel. Now that you have these two connected, and you're exiting the 2 size 15s here on the back, You're going to needle along the edge until you exit the 2/15 right here. And once you're exiting these 2/15, you can connect another crystal the same way. Go ahead and connect all 5 of your bezels together the same way. After you've connected all your bezels together, it's time to attach the clasp. I'll be using one of the Cymbal magnetic clasps. It doesn't matter, whichever one you want to use. I'll pick up 1/15, a bugle and 15, and come through the clasp. The 15 bugle and 15, come back through the 2 on the end of your bezel, and needle back down to the clasp. And come through your clasp, picking up 2/15s and the 6mm bugle. Needle into the first 2/15s here along the edge. Follow the thread path along until you exit these 2/15s. Exit the 2/15s right here before the middle connections. Pick up one more, the 6mm bugle beads, and needle through the delica. Again, one 6mm bugle bead. Come into the first 2 seed beads here. And just pull it together tight. And continue that all the way down your bracelet. Exiting the 2/15s before the middle connections. Adding the 6mm bugle bead through the delica. Coming into the next bezel. Repeating that. Since we started with the clasp and attached the 6mm bugle beads along the edge until you exit the 2 seed beads here, not the very end, but the 2 before the end. And now we're going to work on connecting this to the other end of your clasp, picking up one of the 6mm bugle beads again and 2 seed beads. Going to needle through the clasp. Now we're going to do the center part. 1/15, 1 3mm and 1/15. Coming through the 2/15s here on the very end of your bezel. One more 15, 3mm bugle and 15, and needle back through the clasp. Then 2/15s and the 6mm bugle bead. Coming through the next 2/15s along your bezel. Now on this side, you're going to repeat the steps of coming around the edge and adding the bugle beads. Securing this side the same way. Repeat that all the way down. After connecting everything on this side, come down to the 2 seed beads before the end, and we'll finish up the side of the clasp with one 6mm bugle and 2 15 seed beads. Come back through your clasp. And I'm going to secure it by needling back through the center section. And back through the clasp, and then advance the thread and needle and come into the bezel and slipping the needle underneath the beads and through the loop to add a knot. Needle through a few more beads before trimming off the thread. I hope you love this design to put the bezels together for the bracelet, and as always, have a beautiful day.